Live from Ball State University, news for the campus community and all of Delaware County. This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Stephen Prosser.
And I'm Madeline May. Thank you for joining us. A member of Ball State Athletics is moving on. It was announced today that Ball State Athletic Director Bill Scholl has taken a job at Marquette University. John Chapman has more on this story.
Thanks, guys. Bill Scholl will be leaving Ball State to take the position of Vice President and Director of Intercollegiate Athletics at Marquette University. Scholl has worked as the Director of Athletics at Ball State since April 2013. Prior to working at Ball State, Scholl was at the University of Notre Dame for 23 years, reaching the position of Deputy Athletic Director. Under Scholl's guidance, Ball State Athletics saw a growth both on the field and in the classroom. The football team earned spots in bowl games each of Scholl's 2 years at the university, and the women's basketball team has made back-to-back NIT appearances. In the classroom, 14 teams at Ball State scored better than the National Division I average in the NCAA's Academic Progress Report. Scholl starts his new position at Marquette in mid-October, and I'll have more on the Bill Scholl story in sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, John. Ball State has inched up in a widely used national survey of colleges and universities. U.S. News & World Report's annual ranking lists Ball State in an 8-way tie for 173rd place. That's out of 201 national universities. Many other schools in that category were not ranked at all. Ball State is up 8 points from last year. Ball State is placed higher than Indiana State and IUPUI. Indiana's highest ranked school was Notre Dame at number 16. Ball State Provost Terry King called the rankings an indication that Ball State is rising simultaneously, as he put it, on a number that factors important to students, parents, and the state. It looks like a bright future's ahead for Ball State.
Well, let's send it over to Michael Behrens for the weather.
Well, guys, we have some severe storms possible tomorrow. They haven't quite made it here yet. They're going to make it in for us tomorrow. Right now, we're sitting at a comfortable 73 degrees, a south wind at 5 miles per hour. The dew point not too high right now, but that's going to change as we head into tomorrow. Those stickier conditions, those muggier conditions will approach us ahead of that storm system, which again is still out to our west. Though we're expecting so much rain out of this, the Weather Service has actually already issued a flash flood watch through Thursday for the entire, most of central Indiana. The northern parts of our viewing area not included in this. However, we are expecting a whole lot of rain to head our way, courtesy of this big weather maker out toward our west. We'll have more details on that coming up in your full forecast, along with a look at your 7-day and a big cool down that we have coming your way.
Thank you, Michael. Student volunteers at Ball State are getting involved with the Muncie community this week. NewsLink reporter Logan Johnson has more.
One of Ball State's largest organizations, Student Voluntary Services, starts its community service hours this week. The organization will be sending more than 2,000 volunteers from freshmen to graduate students to serve at multiple volunteer sites in the Muncie community, including the Boys and Girls Club.
Volunteering really helps you sort of grow up and mature a little more than just one person who went one time. But as you continuously go, you grow a love for volunteering and helping people.
SBS isn't the only organization on campus that influences its members to give back. Other groups like the Black Student Association, or BSA, are taking time to show the people of Muncie that they care.
Volunteering gives you the opportunity to interact with children, adults, young people, older people, and see a perspective from how they live, how they are in a daily basis in their community. Muncie's community is not a community that everybody from Ball State is familiar with. So it's good to interact with people that you've never met before and to just really benefit from what you can learn from other people.
Aside from having the opportunity to help someone in need, there's an added bonus for these student volunteers in the long run.
I definitely think that a future employer would like to see that not only are you educated and not only have you excelled, academically when you're in college, but that you went outside of your comfort zone and you interacted with people that you've never met before. I think that looks really good on a resume, and it also shows that you're a social person.
As you can see, these students are not getting paid in cash. However, the time they invest in helping their communities now will pay off in the future. Logan Johnson reporting in Muncie, NewsLink, Indiana.
A proposal is underway to construct a new canal and walkway along the White River. The plans also include a trail for pedestrians and bicyclists in order to connect the Horizon Convention Center to the parking garage at the south end of town. Nikki Grigsby said last week the project would be a best management storm water system. Star Press asked the mayor about the project, and the mayor stated, "We're not raising taxes. However, they are raising innovation."
Coming up, a decision that's already been made twice is going back to the highest court in the land.
And we take a look at NewsLink's new segment, Quick Question, to find out what Ball State students have to say about Ray Rice and the controversy surrounding his marriage.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Indiana's Attorney General is asking the highest court in the land to review Indiana's same-sex marriage ban after lower courts have already ruled in favor of same-sex marriage twice. NewsLink Indiana's Cameron Riddle has more on Indiana's new focus, the United States Supreme Court.
Thank you, Madeline. Good evening. After already being called unconstitutional by Indiana Supreme Court and last week by the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals out of Chicago, the state of Indiana is now asking the United States Supreme Court to review Indiana's ban on same-sex marriage. Indiana Attorney General Greg Zeller is putting the Hoosier state on the national stage in hopes of continuing the marriage ban. Today, Zeller asked the High Court to reverse last week's ruling by the Court of Appeals, which declared Indiana and Wisconsin's ban on same-sex marriage unconstitutional. Indiana says its case offers the perfect opportunity to settle the national debate once and for all. Attorneys for gay rights groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, say they will file separate responses within 24 hours. The ruling by the Court of Appeals was handed down last week after a judge said Indiana's reasoning for not allowing same-sex marriage is, quote, so full of holes, it can't be taken seriously. And Stephen and Madeline, there are, in the meantime, the stays on gay marriage bans are still in effect in Indiana and Wisconsin, meaning that you cannot yet get married, and we will continue to update this as it continues to progress.
Well, thank you, Cameron, for staying on top of it. That is a serious topic. Speaking of serious topics, sources at CNN say countries and regions are teaming up to wipe out the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, most commonly referred to as ISIS. The question now is, how does the United States intervene? After the beheadings of 2 American journalists and numerous Christian innocents, President Obama will soon be addressing the nation on his 3-step plan. In a recent interview, he stated that he wants the American people to understand the nature of the threat and how we're going to deal with it, and to have confidence that we'll be able to deal with it. He also stated that involvement of ground troops will not be mentioned at this time. The authorization of airstrikes is still in question. Tune in to NewsLink tomorrow night for live coverage of what President Obama is planning to do about this issue.
And now it's time for a new segment on NewsLink Indiana.
Each night we will have a reporter go out and ask the public their thoughts on a certain topic. We like to call it Quick Question.
Mackenzie Solomon has tonight's Quick Question.
Shortly after TMZ released the video of former Ravens running back Ray Rice assaulting his then-fiancée Janae Rice, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced indefinite suspension. Despite Janae's defense of her husband, some people are questioning the union. I asked Ball State students what they thought of Janae Rice's support of her husband.
I think it's a wrong move in general. Right there, you know, if you go through what she went through, you're not going to want to support him or back him up. I personally think it's all about the money. When you're married to somebody that's that wealthy, it's going to be easier to go back to. And for all I know, I wasn't there, obviously. So maybe they did make up, maybe things did get better. But when you see the footage of what happened, it's not okay. And I think it's all about the money.
And I believe that the league did the right thing in banning and suspending Ray Rice for what he did. It was
Janae is absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand how a man can hit you in the face and you defend him, and not just hit you in the face, but displays it and doesn't even seem to show a sense of remorse. I don't understand how you can bring it back.
If Ray Rice ever wants to play again for the NFL, he will have to apply for reinstatement. But that's all for your NewsLink Indiana Quick Question. I'm Mackenzie Salmon. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. After last year's consolidation of Muncie Southside and Muncie Central High School, another Delaware County high school is considering the possibility of a similar change. Union District consists of one middle school, one junior-senior high school, making it the fourth smallest district in the state. Union School Board President Todd Holliday explained at the school board meeting last night that the majority of board members believe that Union High School will have no choice but to close its doors permanently. Decline in enrollment, academic concerns, and inappropriate expense cuts are the main concern. The next step is for the school board to look at the data collected and decide which high school would be the best to consolidate with. This discussion is planned to happen at the next regular board meeting.
After the break, we go to Michael Behrens for your full weather breakdown.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
A wave of infant car deaths this summer led one woman to the drawing board. Susan Quave teaches engineering at a Tennessee high school. CNN's Olivia Caridi reports on her invention that she hopes will save lives.
Every day at Johnson County Middle School, Susan Quave greets her students before science class.
Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Hey!
The new lesson for this week is engineering.
Engineering. Okay. How many of you want to be engineers?
They problem solve and, as her students said, invent patented prototypes.
Why do we need engineers? What do? What's they invent. Fix stuff, invent.
In school, she teaches that, and in real life, she's acting on it. Last month, her creation, the Don't Forget Me child car seat system, received a provisional patent.
Where the idea came from is the summer when a lot of infants were in circumstances where they lost their lives because they were left in hot vehicles.
Quave is a teacher, a mother, and a grandparent, and she wants to prevent that situation. So she sketched out her idea and sent it to Invention Home, where it all came together.
When the driver leaves the car, the speaker will say, "Don't forget me." When the driver shuts the door, after 2 minutes, the beacon light, which is on the fan of the child's infant seats protection thing, will come on, and the beacon light will say "Child in danger."
When the driver and baby sit on the cushion, the system is activated. Quave researched products on the market to make sure hers is different.
The main difference in mine for the patent was the fan with the beacon light.
As a parent, Quave knows that life can get busy, and she just wants to make sure all kids, even the kids in her classroom, are safe.
I'm a grandmother, you know that. I'm a mother. I love you guys, you know, you're all kids. It's important.
Susan Quave is waiting to hear from her car seat manufacturer. She hopes to get picked up by Graco.
Let's hope that we are done with the hot weather for the year.
That's right, Madeline. Let's send it over to Mr. Behrens for the weather report.
Well, that's right, guys. Hot weather is really going to come to an end after tomorrow. It's going to be warm still for tomorrow. Temperatures around the nation, you can see where it's cooler off to the north, back closer here toward home. 72 in Indianapolis, 73 up in Muncie. Regional dew points right now, we're going to be sticky for one more day as these 70-degree dew points work their way toward us ahead of a warm front. And before a cold front will come through and bring us a round of possibly severe storms. Again, right now in Muncie, 73 degrees, that south wind going to maintain through tonight. Wind staying out of the south, keeping that warmer, moisture air coming into our region, especially for tomorrow. Our radar right now is clear, but you can see that flash flood watch. That's ahead of that severe storm system again, back out toward our west. It's causing tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches out there. but we're expecting it to come our way, again bringing that severe weather chance and a lot of rainfall in store as well. Taking a look at our severe outlook, we are under a slight risk for tomorrow here in Muncie. Getting in closer to our radar product here, you'll see a first round of weather come through. Probably should be out of here by the afternoon hours, but we could see some redevelopment, some isolated storms ahead of the second line of storms coming through later on in the evening. Now, as far as rainfall totals from this, we're expecting some pretty hefty totals across the state. We could see as much as 3 inches in Terre Haute, over an inch in Indianapolis, only ½ an inch forecasted for us right now, but that definitely has the possibility to change as this weather system moves through. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and we're expecting it to put down a lot of moisture as well. Going back to our precision cast, we do start to clear out of here on Thursday, and as we go into Friday, a high pressure system moves in. It brings us that cooler Canadian air and much drier conditions, much cooler conditions as we enter the weekend. For tonight, cool, partly cloudy, 64 the low. The winds remain from the south. Tomorrow, periods of sun, strong storms possible, a high of 80 degrees. Taking a look at our 7-day here, you can see that cool down on Wednesday. Again, we do have that severe weather chance for you. Taking a look at that, the slight risk over the state, that's what we're expecting for the severe weather. Pretty much anywhere in the state of Indiana tomorrow has the potential to see some severe storms. Taking a look at that cool down though, check out those temperatures by next weekend. 62 degrees for a high temperature, 62 degrees. Low temperatures in the mid-40s. It's definitely chilly, but the sunny conditions will be with us as that high pressure takes hold.
Next on NewsLink, we go back to John Chapman to learn more about Ball State's athletic director and his big move.
As well as a look at Yorktown and Delta volleyball. Stay tuned.
We use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jonathan Chapman with sports. As mentioned earlier in the show, Ball State Athletic Director Bill Scholl has taken the position of Vice President and Director of Intercollegiate Athletics at Marquette University. Scholl said it was a very difficult decision for him to leave Ball State due to the momentum the athletics department has moving forward. Ball State Athletics went through a growing period under Scholl as many sport teams, including football and women's basketball, have had historically good seasons. The football team has appeared in back-to-back bowl games, and the women's basketball team has made it to back-to-back NIT appearances. Scholl oversaw the hiring of 7 head coaches, including basketball head coach James Whitford. Scholl also signed head football coach Pete Lembo to a 5-year contract extension worth $475,000. Whitford called Scholl one of the best athletic directors in the country. Since hiring Scholl as athletic director in 2012, Ball State Athletics has seen 8 programs reaching the postseason and 13 teams placing in first or second in the Mid-American Conference. The women's basketball team advanced to the MAC championship game this past season, where they ultimately lost to Akron. Marquette is a member of the Big East Conference and does not have a football team, but the basketball team last made the NCAA tournament in 2013, where they advanced to the Elite 8 before being eliminated by Syracuse. Scholl will be busy as Marquette is undergoing some changes in their athletic department, with new head coaches in both men and women's basketball. Ball State President Paul Ferguson says a nationwide search will begin to find Scholl's replacement. And in Yorktown girls Tigers volleyball team is hosting the Hamilton Southeast Royals tonight, with the match starting at 7. The Tigers started the night with a record of 7-2 and ranked 10th in the latest IHSAA coaches poll. The Royals came to Yorktown with a record of 5-4, looking to pull off the upset. Hamilton won the first set over Yorktown 26-24. Yorktown then answered back by dropping the second set 25-20 and falling behind 2-0. In the third set, Yorktown looked to get things back on track as they jumped out to an 11-7 lead. Yorktown then won that set by a score of 25-19. But unfortunately, they lost in the fourth set, giving up the game to Hamilton. Yorktown now looks to Saturday when they participate in the Delta Invitational at Delta High School. And speaking of Delta, the Eagles are preparing for their matchup tomorrow night when they host Muncie Burris. The Eagles, led by Coach Heidi Zitgraf, are sitting in first place in Class 3A. The Eagles look to improve to 9-1 before they host the Delta Invitational this Saturday morning at 9.
After the break, Friday is headed to Ball State's campus. The Fray is headed to Ball State's campus, I apologize.
That's right, and Apple unveils its next iPhone.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This is NewsLink Indiana.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Danielle Behrens with your entertainment news. Grammy-nominated band The Fray will take the stage tomorrow evening at 7:30 in Emmons Auditorium. Tickets went on sale August 22nd, and more than 500 students camped out the night before in order to get front row seats. Although the box office sold more than 1,300 tickets on their very first day, tickets are still available. The show is intended for college students, but as of September 3rd, ticket sales have been open to the public. A week after leaving Ball State's campus, the Fray will travel to South Africa to begin their international tour. Today, Apple released 2 new phones, a smartwatch, and Apple Pay. The iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus will offer bigger screens, longer battery life, and iOS 8. The new software will feature a health kit application used to monitor heart rate, blood pressure, and sleep. Apple's smartwatch is the company's first wearable device and will come in 3 different models. Apple Pay, a new payment platform, is intended to replace your wallet, eliminating the need to carry cash and cards. Apple Pay has the ability to be synced with the new phones and the smartwatch. This Saturday, the $1 million duck race will take place in Noblesville as a part of the White River Festival. Hundreds of rubber ducks will splash into the river from the Logan Street Bridge and race to the finish line. This event is to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the city's Market Street. Ducks are still available for purchase at $5 each, and more than 70 prizes will be up for grabs. One lucky duck could even walk away with $1 million. The race will begin at 5 p.m. September 13th, with awards immediately following. That was your entertainment news for NewsLink Indiana. Thanks for watching. I'm Danielle Behrens. Now back to the news desk.
We do have, again, that severe chance of storms coming in tomorrow. We're expecting 2 rounds of storms, 1 early, 1 late, but a big cool down follows, highs in the mid-60s for the end of the week.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision. I'm Madeline May.
And I'm Stephen Prosser. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night. Yeah, so Friday.